Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Fine, and you?
Doing pretty well also. Thank you. A little bit cold, but doing pretty well.
Okay. Teacher, the
Yes.
course doesn't appear in my Brightspace,
Yes.
and I think that I don't appear on the list of students, but I'm enrolled in the CU.
Okay, so that means you recently enrolled, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, Catherine. We hope you soon appear on the call roll, and uh, you send me your homework, right? By
Yes. And what's
okay.
up?
WhatsApp. Okay, so try to follow us. If you need something, let me know by the WhatsApp chat so that you don't lose any part of your homework, okay? And you are able to understand everything.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome, Catherine. Whatever you need, let me know. Aurora, how are you? Hi, Estefania.
Hi,
Patricia.
teacher. Good, thank you.
Okay, so let me prepare the material we're going to be working today. And I'll give a little bit, 5 more minutes, people to get connected. Okay, guys, do you know where's the rest of the class? I'm a little bit worried. You're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. Anybody knows where's the rest?
I don't know, teacher.
Please
No
turn on
clue.
your camera so I can see you. Because we were supposed to be a little bit more, about 13 or something like that. And I'm a little bit afraid that maybe they got afraid of the class. Could that happen? Yes or no?
I have no idea.
Gosh, it really worries me because very few. Okay, one more. I'm glad to see that. So if you're able, please if you know somebody, let them know. Please connect this into class, because otherwise the risk is that they will cancel my class. Okay. And I don't know if you don't if well, at least I don't want that to happen. Okay, let's go over the call roll. Ignacio Barajas, is he with us? Somebody knows him? No? Patricio Benitez,
Here,
okay. Juan Chacon, somebody knows him? No? Okay. Ana Fernandez,
Here, teacher.
okay. Natalia Grayev,
Here.
okay. Rodrigo Guerrero,
Here.
okay. Juan Chacon just got connected. I'm glad to hear about it from him. Okay, Rodrigo Guerrero,
Here.
let me share my screen. Okay, Paula Martin,
I present.
okay. Aurora Nogueras,
Here.
okay. Estefania Perez,
Here.
okay. Pablo Perez, somebody knows him? Okay, Juan Chacon, can you please turn on your camera? Pavel Ruiz, there you are. I just saw you. Okay. Paula Trejo,
Here, teacher.
okay. So we're missing Ignacio Barajas, we're missing Pablo Perez, okay? Okay, let's start with the topic. Do you have doubts? I suppose, yes, you got some doubts from the topic, no? It was confused? No comments? Yes, it was?
Yes.
Okay. Juan Chacon, can you please turn on your camera? He's not even, okay. Pau Martin, okay, so you're driving, you're going home? Juan?
Yes, I'm about to arrive in
Okay,
1 minute.
so please do me, drive carefully, don't rush. I don't want no accidents, okay?
No accident, hopefully.
Pau
Me too,
Martin,
me too.
who says me too?
Me too, Pau Martin. I am
Okay.
going to my home.
Please drive carefully, guys, okay? I'm gonna start the topic. I'm gonna give you time because we're gonna start the homework. I'm gonna leave you, okay? But drive carefully. Okay, let's start, guys. So, decision theory. Okay, stop me if you have any doubt. So you were supposed to make a conceptual map about this, and some way you're already a little bit related with the ideas. Okay, decision theory deals with decisions where we have an outcome, okay? That outcome, it's called performance. This is one performance, this is another performance, this is another performance, okay? All these are performance, and then they mainly depend on the decision the decision maker takes and the state of nature. That means the event that happens, okay? So it varies. We don't always know which state of nature is going to happen, but we have this combination, okay? So our main tool is going to be this performance table, where we have on the left side the decisions we're going to do. On the top, here on the top, we're going to have decisions. In this occasion, they may be numbers or concepts, okay? And in the center of the table, these are the performance obtained by each combination. That means if I take decision 2 and state of nature happens 2, this is the performance that it's going to happen, okay? Now, the decision process. The decision maker takes a decision, okay? Let's say we take a decision. So let's suppose we take decision D1, row 1, okay? Once we have decided, state of nature occurs. That's beyond our control. And in this occasion, for some reason we don't really know, but it happened, state of nature 2. So the performance that we're going to get is row 1, 2, okay? The first number refers to a row, okay? So we got 1 and here 2. So we got row 2, column 2, row N, okay, column 2. If we watch over here, we got row 1, column 1, row 2, column 1, okay? And that's what we call a matrix, okay? Now, once we have taken a decision and the state of nature has occurred, we cannot change anything else. It already happened, do you agree? So before the state of nature happens, we must take a decision. Even the state of nature is going to happen. So the worst that could happen is that the decision is not made, and the state of nature will happen. So we got to be careful to take decisions before state of natures, okay? The question here is, which decision should we take, okay? Which one should we select? Okay, now, here, the author says, we select the highest possible yield, okay? That is the one that gives us the best performance, okay? Now, sometimes we're going to be working with the highest. When? When do we work with the highest? We work with the highest when we're talking about income, profit, ingresos, utilidades, anything that increase our money position, okay? But we're gonna go over the lowest possible yield when we're talking about cost, or we're talking about expense, anything that decrease our money, okay? That's a question for your homework. Is that clear? Okay, now,
Teacher.
yes.
So yield means cost, expense, all that?
Here you got a yield. The yield is the performance, okay? Now, yield, most of the times we can measure it in money. Other cases, not necessarily, but most of the examples we're going to be working, we're going to be talking about money, okay? Income, cost, profit, expense, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Oh. Okay, so we got new connections over there. I think Rodrigo just got connected. Let me go back to the call roll. Ignacio Barajas, did he connect? No? Okay, Pablo Perez? No? Okay, no changes. Now, so when we are going to make a performance table, we got two variables, remember? We got decisions, okay? And we got state of natures. Okay, these ones I like more to call them events, but all authors call them state of natures. Maybe because in Spanish we call them eventos, ¿no? Tomamos una decisión y una vez que tomamos una decisión, sucede un evento u otro evento, no sabemos cuál. Okay, so, and when we have this decision plus this state of nature, then we have our performance table. Now, we have 3 types of decision models. We got those under certainty. What does it mean? We know the probability of occurrence. Decisions under low risk. Okay, so here we say under certainty. Okay, then low risk. And we got also low risk. That means we're able to know the probability of occurrence. Okay, so under certainty, we know what's going to happen. We exactly know which state of nature is going to happen. So under certainty, we only have one state of nature. Okay, we're going to go back on this one. Now, when we talk about under low risk, that means we have different state of nature and we are able to estimate this probability. Let's say this one is 10% and this state of nature is 20, but I know that this one is 30. Okay, so we got 60, so this one has to be 40. And if I add them all, they got to be 100%. Okay, so we got some idea of what would be the probability of each state of nature. Okay, now, and we got also under risk. That means uncertainty. Okay, so number states 1, more than 1, more than 1. Excuse me 1 moment. Sorry, it was my wife mobile start. Somebody was calling her. Okay, now we got, let's go over those cases where we're under risk. That means under uncertainty. That means we're not able to estimate any probability at all. Okay, now let's go over the first one. So we say under certainty, the first ones, those where we know the probability. Okay, so if we know the state of nature, we know that it's going to occur this one and only this one. That means we only have one state, a single state of nature. Okay, and we give the example of the rain. Okay, we know it's going to rain in the afternoon, so we got to take 2 decisions: take the umbrella or leave the umbrella. But we have only one state of nature. Okay, that would be under certainty. We know that it's gonna be it will rain for sure. Okay, now, so I make this table and it says decision model. We got certainty, low risk, and I haven't finished yet this table. I might finish it for next class, but okay. Number of states of nature, 1, more than 1, more than 1. Probability of occurrence in nature. Here, we do know the probability, okay? That's why we have only 1. Here, there's a lack of certainty. We know more or less. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be estimating. How do we estimate? How do we do those estimates? We base in historical data, okay? Or we do subjective estimates based on our experience, okay? For example, the other day here I'm living in San Miguel Allende, and I was telling them that sometimes in Querétaro, it's raining. We have 2 rainy periods in Querétaro. And the person I was talking from San Miguel Allende, he told me, well, here in San Miguel Allende, most of the time, it doesn't rain, okay? That's his experience, okay? That will be a subjective estimate, okay? And for example, in Mexico City, those who have been in Mexico City and live there, we know that during August, September, and October, most of the afternoons, you're gonna have a very, very small rain in the afternoon. It's very rainy in Mexico City, okay? So that's subjective estimate. Okay, now, risk. Here we don't have risk. Here we have low risk because we're able to make some estimates, but here we are not able to estimate, so my risk is high. How do we select the decision with the highest performance? How do we select here the decision, select the decision? That one that maximize the expected performance. And remember, oh, my battery is, my charge is going down. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So I was telling you, here we have 2 options. And I'm repeating this again. We have 2 options. Highest performance and lowest. And we say that this one comes with income, profit. That means money increases. And this one goes for cost or expenses. That means that our money goes down, okay? That's a question in the homework, okay? That's what I'm putting that. Okay, now I got to finish this. Select this, I got to finish this, but this one will be next week, okay? Now, let's go over an example for decision under low risk, okay? We know that when we are on decisions under low risk, we got a lack of certainty, okay? And we use, this uncertainty is managed using estimates. Estimates that are given through historical data are subjective estimates, okay? We're gonna see the newspaper model case. So we got some information. This is data from the exercise, okay? I'm gonna bring you into a lot of numbers. Don't worry, this is just an exercises, okay? But I want you to understand how do we work this performance table, okay? So the newspaper model case. It says, every day, a newspaper delivery man buys a newspaper at 40 cents. He buys a newspaper or 1, 2, or 3 newspapers, each one at 40 cents, and sells it at 75. Let's say it's a guy that stops in a corner and sells newspaper to the guys that are driving through, okay? Now, he doesn't really know how many papers he's gonna be selling each day. He could sell none, or 1, or 2, or 3 newspapers, but it's not sure, okay? So here, the question is how many newspaper he must buy, okay? If he buys more newspapers, then he's gonna be able to sell them. But if he sells, once he sells, he will have to absorb the cost. Do you agree? Let's say I buy 3, okay, but I sold 2. The difference is gonna be above my cost, okay? So if I buy 3, this is gonna be 3 times 40 is gonna be okay, this is my cost, and my entry is gonna be given by 2, I sold 2, and times 75, no? So it's gonna be 150, this is gonna be 120. So that means that my profit here is 30. Do you agree? Is that clear? Yes? Catherine, yes? Okay, now, we also have another cost, what we call the opportunity cost, okay? Let's say that one day he could have the option of selling 3 and he only sold 2. Let's say he buy 3 and he sold 2. My opportunity cost here is 0. Why? Let me explain you a little bit more this opportunity cost. Okay, I got 3 customers and I buy 2 newspapers. So if I only bought 2, I am only gonna be able to satisfy 2 customers. Do you agree? The third customer, the one that I didn't sold him any newspaper, okay, so I got here 2 satisfied plus 1 unsatisfied. Okay, and this one has an opportunity cost of 50 cents. Okay, is that clear? Is one way of, okay, if you didn't buy enough, you're gonna be losing opportunity. Now, in order to make our performance stable, we know this probability. If we sell 0 newspaper, the probability of selling 0 is 10%. The probability of selling 1 newspaper is of 30%. The probability of selling 2 newspaper, it's of 40%. And the probability of selling 3 newspaper, it's of 20%. Where this information comes from, do you remember? Aurora? No?
Experience?
Yes, experience, exactly. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna be doing this performance table. The question here is, should we buy 0 or should the newspapers buy only 1 or 2 or 3? How many he should buy in order to get the best performance, okay? So we got our decision column, we got the states of nature, okay? Here's to buy 0, 1, 2, 3, and to sell 0, 1, 2, 3 newspapers. And depending on each cell, we're going to have a different performance. How can we calculate the performance of each cell? The performance or the yield of each cell is going to be given by how many did we sold? Okay, it's this. 75 cents times the number of papers sold, newspapers sold, minus how many did we bought? Okay, 40 times the number of those that were sold, but also minus my opportunity cost. And that refers to those customers that were not satisfied, okay? So we got 3 parts in this formula, okay? And we're gonna calculate it. Now, I'm going next page to show you how are we gonna calculate. This is the only example where I'm gonna show you how am I getting these numbers. Now, please don't worry, on the rest of the exercises, they give us the numbers, okay? But I'm doing these exercises because I want you to understand a little bit of how do we get each yield, okay? So we got row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. And we got column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. So we got yield 1 refers to row 1, column 1. Yield 2 refers to row 2, column 2. Here, for example, yield 3-4 refers to row 3, column 4. That's the numbers where they come from. We always first use the row and then the column. Okay, now we're gonna work by columns, okay? So if you see what we got here in this part is this formula. Here, we're calculating this formula for the first column. Let me put this a little bit. I hate when this happens. Okay. There it is. Okay, so it says state of nature 0. Here it is, state of nature 0. This one, no? So we're talking about this state of nature 0. Okay, so I got decision 1, decision 2, decision 3, and decision 4. Decision 1 says we buy 0, so we buy 0. We sell 0 because we are in 0, okay? And because there's no customers, there's no opportunity cost, okay? Next row, 2, 1, 2, 1, okay? Row 2, column 1, we buy 1, but there's no customers. And if there's no customers, there's no opportunity cost. So my cost is gonna be given by this number, 40 cents. Next one, we bought 2, okay? So we got row 3. Row 3, here it is, row 3, we buy 2. So we buy 2 newspapers. There's nobody, there's no customers, there's no opportunity cost. So my figures comes mainly from the, how many did we purchase? We lost 80 cents. And then we got for yield for 1, row 1, okay, row 4, sorry, and column 1. That means we buy 3 and there's no customers. So we bought 3, there's no customers, there's no opportunity cost, so it's 120. Okay, questions here so far, yes or no?
Yes.
What's your question?
The result is always in terms of money, right? The cost, not like the amount of product that you have.
Most of the exercise, yes, are money, but it could be other things, no? But yes, most of the examples we're going to be working with our money, profit or expense or whatever, okay? Here, if you see, in this case, we're calculating profit, okay? My income minus my cost, my two costs that I have, we get a profit, okay? We say here, we got here an income of the newspapers we sell minus my purchasing cost, okay? Minus my cost of opportunity. And this will be my profit. Okay. So please, let's start working on a table because we're going to be doing this exercise. The one we got here.
Sure.
Yes.
I had another doubt.
Yes. What is your
The
doubt?
yield formula, is there like an universal one, or how do we
No.
know?
Depends on each case, dear. Depends on each exercise, okay?
Okay, thank you.
In this case, we use this one, but this is just for this example, okay? Now, remember, Paula, we're doing all this just in order you to understand where these yields come. The exercise I'm gonna be giving you, I'm gonna give you already the yields. We're not gonna be doing all these numbers, okay?
Oh, okay.
This is more like an example, okay? Because
Okay.
I need you to understand that how these yields were calculated and not just do like a cooking recipe.
And
Yes.
was this supposed to be the PowerPoint we used for the
Yes.
map?
Is more or less the same. Yes. Why? With a little bit of difference because this is my my class PowerPoint. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But if you see, it's gonna be more or less like 95%. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So let's do this. Open an Excel spreadsheet, please, and let's do this because it's gonna be part of your homework. Okay. I'm gonna be opening here also. I'm gonna be opening a spreadsheet here. Okay. And here, what I'm gonna be writing is exactly the example that we got here. So it says selling price. Okay, so it say we write selling price. How much was the selling price? 75. Yes. What was my other data? The purchasing cost. My purchasing cost was of 40 cents, as far as I remember. And we also have an opportunity cost. Those that we don't, those customers we didn't satisfy, they will cost us as an opportunity cost of 50 cents. Okay? Everybody, it's in your Excel?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Pau, are you in your house? Rodrigo, are you in your house?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
I'm glad you're in your house. Pau Martin, are you in your house? Not yet. She must be moving. Okay, now let's continue with our table. So it says decisions. Decisions. What were our decisions? How many we're gonna buy, remember? How many newspapers we want to buy. So we have the option of buying 0, 1, 2, or 3 newspapers. Do you agree? I'm gonna put an extra row here. So I'm starting the decision at line 6. Decision, how many we're gonna be buying. Okay. And we have our state of nature, our events, that would be how many we're gonna be selling, okay? Okay, there we have it. So we have the option of selling 0, 1, 2, or 3. Everybody is following me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so now we got our first option is that we sell nothing. At what price? At 75, okay? That's my income, okay? And we buy nothing at what cost? At 40 minus 0, because there's no customers, at my opportunity cost. So we got 0 here. Okay. What would be my next case? Remember? We just did the first line. Our next case would be we sell nothing, we buy 1, and there's no customers. So let's go over it. Okay, so we sell nothing at 75 minus we buy 1 at 40, and the opportunity cost is of 0. Sorry for this here. It should be 40 minus 0 times 50. Maybe it will be easier, instead of using the table, putting the numbers of the cost, but the exercise I'm gonna be asking you to change the selling price, the purchasing cost, and the opportunity cost. So that's why I'm using these numbers here. So it will be easier for you just to change the numbers, okay? Now, here it gives me 40. Okay, next one. We sell nothing again. That's my income at this price minus we buy 2 at 40 cents, and there's no, and minus 0 because there are no customers right now at 50. And the last one, it's I sell nothing at 75, okay, minus 3 because I bought 3 at 40 cents, minus 0 at 50 cents. Okay, so you should have this first 4 numbers in this column. Everybody, it's okay?
No, teacher, my computer crashed when you were explaining the first one, so I didn't see.
Your computer crash. Are you now in the Excel or you still crash?
I'm in the Excel now.
Okay, so what do you need, Patricio? How can I help you?
Can you just show me real quick the formulas?
This is the first one.
Okay, I'll just take a screenshot of it and then I'll do the.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Is
one.
the-
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second one. I'm gonna share you my Excel at the end for those who aren't able to get the same numbers, okay? Okay, so Stefania, everything okay? Ana Laura,
Yes.
Fernandez, okay? Natalia?
Yes, everything.
Okay, so let's
I
continue.
am confused with the Excel because
You're
I
wa-
want to make formulas, but I can't.
Again, what were you saying, telling me, Natalia?
That I'm very confused because I want to make the formulas so I
Yes.
can, o sea, I
Say it,
cannot,
say it
by
in
not
Spanish.
doing one by one, I
Okay,
want to make.
okay, you want to make them all together. I know, but I always do that, but I don't want to get everybody confused. Okay,
Okay.
now we're selling one at what price? 75. We bought 0 at what price? At 40. Now, here, watch. We have one customer, but we bought 0. So we weren't able to satisfy that customer. So that means we're having one opportunity cost. Do you agree? So it's going to be 25. Here's the formula. So we sell one, we have one customer, okay, but we didn't buy any newspaper at all. So because we were not able to satisfy that customer, we're going to have an opportunity cost, okay? Is that number correct? Let me check. No, I'm doing
I have
something
a
wrong.
different one.
I got something wrong here. It's, oh, wait. 040, 820, menos 50. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Okay. I didn't sell anything at all. Do you agree? This one is not 1. It's 0. Okay. Now that's correct. Okay. So I have one customers, but because I didn't buy anything, I didn't sell anything. Okay. And all what we have is the opportunity cost. Okay. Everything already got the minus 50. Okay, next. Now, here, yes, we bought one and we sold one. So we sold one at what price? At 75, but we bought one at 75. So we're 1-to-1. That means we don't have any opportunity cost. So my opportunity cost will be 0 times 50, 35. Let me check. And yes, it's 35. 110, 35. Okay. Next, we sold one, okay, at 75. But we bought 2 at 40. And here we have one customer and we sold him that newspaper. So we don't have unsatisfied customers at this point because we already sold them. We already sold him the newspaper. So this, my opportunity will be 0. So we got 535 minus 5. That's correct. Okay. Everybody is following me? Paula, yes. Patricio, yes. Catherine, yes. Okay, now don't worry. This is just an example so you understand how do I calculate this outcomes, okay? Next exercises, I'll give you the numbers, okay? Okay, next. We sold one, okay, at 75, but we bought 3 at 40. And we don't have any opportunity cost, so it's 0 times 50. Okay, minus 45, minus 45. That's correct. I'm doing pretty well. Okay. Next. We didn't buy any, so we weren't able to sell any. Do you agree? So we sell nothing at 75, but we bought nothing at 40. I did something wrong here. At 40, let me start again. We sell nothing at 75. We bought nothing at 40. And here we have 2 unsatisfied customers. Okay, so it's these 6, these 2 unsatisfied at what cost? At this cost. Minus 100. Okay, minus 100. Next. Here we buy one, so we were able to sell one. So we sell 1 newspaper at 75. We bought 1. You can put the numbers instead of going all the way around. We bought 1 at 40, but we still have 1 unsatisfied customer. Yes or no? Okay, here we sell 2 at 75 because we were able to buy 2 at 40, and because we satisfy all the customer, my opportunity cost is of 0. And I get 70. 70, that's correct. Next. No entiendo. No hay problema. Okay, and the last one, we sold 2 at 75, okay. My cost was of 3 at 40, okay. And here we have 0 customers, that all customers were satisfied because we buy more than what we were able to sell at 15. So it's 30. Okay, 70 and 30. Okay. Last column. Okay, next column. Okay, so we didn't sell anything because we didn't buy nothing. So it's 0 times 75, that's what we sold, minus 0 because we didn't buy anything. Okay, and we got 3 unsatisfied customers, and this will cost us minus 150. And that's correct, minus 150. Next one, we only sold 2. 1, we sold 1 at 75 because we only bought 1 at 40. Okay, and we got 2 unsatisfied customers. 65. That's correct. Next one. Okay, here we solved 2. We sold 2 at 75 minus we bought 2 at 40 and we got 1 unsatisfied customers at 50. 20. That's correct. And the last one, we sold 3 at 75 because we bought 3 at 40 and there's no customers unsatisfied. Okay, 105. That's correct. Okay, everybody, do you have your table?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now watch. We want to know which decision is best. This row or either this row or either this row or either this row. So what we're going to be doing is what we call this mathematical operation, weighted optimal decision. How do we call that in Spanish? Any idea, somebody? Estaríamos ponderando, okay? We know that the probabilities, remember we have probabilities, okay, of occurrence of each state of nature. They told us that these probabilities could be of 10, 30, 40, and 20. So I put 10, 0.1, sorry, 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.2. Okay, and I'm gonna give them a percentage presentation with 0 decimals. And all this must add 100, okay? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna be calculating my weighted, sorry for that, my weighted yield. Mi resultado ponderado. Okay. And this is going to be given by this times 10% plus minus 50 times 30% plus minus 100 times 40% plus minus 150 times 20%, 85. Let me check if I'm correct with this number. 85, yes. Everybody got 85?
Teacher, can you repeat all the
How did I get this? Do you
you
want
did
me
it too
to?
fast.
Okay, watch. I'm gonna be multiplying this cell times its probability, okay? Then I'm gonna be adding the net, oh, sorry, I'm wrong. So it's this cell times its probability, okay? plus this cell, the next one, times its probability, okay, plus next cell times its own probability, okay, plus next cell times its probability. 85. Now, instead of making the same formula, I'm gonna be doing fixed cells here. I'm gonna be putting the money character like this, so I can have fixed cells here. And this will let me copy my formula without problem. Watch, I copy it down. Sorry for that, it's F2. And watch, these ones didn't move. The ones that are with the money character didn't move, they're fixed, okay? So I'm gonna copy now my formula all the way down, and these are my weighted figures, okay? Everybody has those figures? Rodrigo, I cannot see you. Do you have problem with your camera?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is a little slow, so I can't
you-
turn on my camera.
Rodrigo, you got to solve that some sooner or later, because I need to see you. That's a mandatory issue for the school, okay?
Yes,
Now I can see that your Wi-Fi is slow because you're hearing music.
no, it's my brother.
Well, let him know that you're in class. Okay, now this is my performance table, okay? Now, which of this has the highest performance? Which row? Stefania?
The third one, right?
The third one, exactly, this one. So it means that how many newspaper we must buy?
23.
No,
Oh, two.
2. And that at the end, you're gonna have a weighted yield of 22 per day. So one day will be 0, another day will be 1, and another one will be 2, and then 1, 1, and then 1, 3, with these probabilities, okay, with this distribution. So let's say that you do all this during 1 month. That means that at the end of the month per day, if you add all the money you earned and you lost, at the end of the month, your yield is gonna be of 22.5 per day. Is that clear? Yes, Pavel?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so this is one way, this is one tool in order to make that decision. Remember, we make, the first question is, how many newspapers we should buy? Well, buy 2. If you buy 3, you're gonna still get some benefit, but it's very few. But if you buy 0, you're gonna be losing, and if you buy 1, you're gonna be also gonna be losing, okay? So the best option is to buy 2, okay? Now, let's go over homework. Do you have questions here? I think it was quite clear, no? We're not going to be doing this kind of exercises. The detailed part of the performance numbers, but it's quite important that you understand where those numbers come from, okay?
Teacher,
Yes.
on the PowerPoint presentation, there was like a few other steps.
Yes.
Do we need to learn those or
No,
not?
they're more or less exactly the ones you have in your PowerPoint is more than enough. Okay, this is more for didactic.
I mean, like in the next slide.
Next one, we haven't this one.
The next one.
Next one up or next one down?
Down. Down.
We haven't been in this one. We have gone all the way to number 9.
Okay.
This one.
Okay.
But you got most of the most important information. Okay. Okay, now let's go over homework. What will you do for homework? Okay, last chance. Ignacio Barajas, is he with us? No. Pablo Perez Rosgado? No? Okay. So we go to Brightspace, we open our weekly schedule, week 1, and we got here what it is, activity 1, okay? And you're gonna be doing this activity. You already have half of it, okay? So what are you gonna be doing to deliver next Monday before class starts? Okay, so we got the activity objective, problem-based learning, comprehension, practical case, and exercises, okay? Remember, you got to copy that, no? Then you copy the description. Solve the following example of the newspaper case with new data. You're gonna be using the same spreadsheet you have right now, okay? So a newspaper delivery man buys newspaper for 5 cents. Watch. Let's go to our, where's my Excel here? Here it is, okay? I'm gonna copy this. Okay, I have, so now they're changing me the numbers, okay? They're telling me a newspaper delivery man buys each newspaper at 0.5. That means 50, okay? And sells it at 150. If he doesn't buy enough newspaper, he loses potential sales and there's an opportunity cost of $1. $1, okay? So the magic here is that numbers change immediately, okay? Now, probability in this case is 0.2, 0.4. So we got 0.2, 0.4, 0.3, and 0.1. Okay, so under this case, be sure that it always adds 100, okay? Under this case, what would be my best option? Still the same one, you know, to buy 2. Yes?
Yeah.
Buying 2, do you agree? It's exactly the same situation. It could vary depending on the probabilities. For example, if I vary this probability to 0.4 and this one to 0.1, 0.1, and this one to 0.3, see how did it change? Okay, now my best option would be buying 3. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you're gonna be doing this for homework, okay? What I just did. Questions so far?
It isn't available yet, is it? I have the activity in content,
but when you click on activity number 1, it
Yes.
says that the link is not available.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check that part. Thank you for letting me know that. Maybe I did something wrong. How come I get, this group is 149, right? Contenido. Weekly schedule. Week 1. Activity. Edition. Editar. Okay, now, so this is one option. The other option, it could be this one, that it's not available for you guys.
Yeah, it's still not showing.
Okay, here it was my mistake. I'm glad you let me know that so I can correct. Okay, now do you have it available now? Is it now
Yes,
available?
now we
for you
can
guys?
see it on activities.
Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, so how many newspaper he must buy? 2, we already say. Make a comparative table between your obtained results against the original case results. That means you got to compare this against this, okay? Next. Explain the difference observed in the comparative tables. Why are we having different numbers, okay? Okay, next. What mathematical operation is performed? Do you remember that part? Yes or no? What mathematical operation is performed to calculate the optimal decision? Remember, how do we call this mathematical?
Isn't it yield?
Yeah, the weighted yield. Remember?
Weighted.
It's the weighted yield, and here we have it in the PowerPoint presentation. Weighted optimal decision, okay? We calculate the weighted optimal decision per row, okay? In order to take our best yield, okay? Next, reflection. In the case of the newspaper, we select the highest yield as the optimal decision. Will there be cases where the optimal decision is the lowest performance? Can somebody answer that?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, there will be others. Sorry, teacher.
Yes, okay, yes, Paula, but when? Under which situations?
When we are talking about costs.
Yes, nice, exactly. Always give me full answers, okay?
Yes.
Okay, now, this one stays here, okay? So now let's go quickly over the, so if you see you already have done the activity, so just please finish it and be sure to deliver. That's what I was telling you, that most of the cases, we're gonna be ending the class with half of the activity or more. Now, rubric. Let's go over the rubric. There's no rubric here. Okay, let me copy the rubric for you guys, but I can go to another rubric so that we can check this. I'll copy it in a few minutes, okay? The rubric here is this one. It's exactly the same. This is a rubric, okay? So first part, how many newspapers he must buy? We already say that one. Make a comparative table. Explain the difference observed in the comparative table. What a mathematical operation is performed, and reflection. One more, APA bibliography. Include bibliography in APA format. Please here include the EPEN book, okay, as bibliography. So this is regarding the rubric. Now, how are you going to deliver? Let me go back to the activity. And this is the way you're going to deliver. Make the activity in your notebook by hand and an Excel spreadsheet, okay? That means the answers, I want to see them by hand, not on the computer. Once finished, take a picture of your notes with your cell phone and paste it in the attached Word file delivery format. Attach the file also. Please, what you can do here, it's a print screen, okay? And then before submitting the conceptual map, here's no conceptual map, the activity. Review the evaluation rubric and make sure to include the required information in the delivery form. Question, guys? No? So we have gone.
Both in Excel and by hand?
Yes, the questions and the answers, please do them by hand, okay? And for example, when I am asking you the comparison, you can take a print screen from your Excel, Paula. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
So if there's no anything else, if you don't have any questions, I think we're gonna be going this far today. Be sure to deliver this before next class. I'm gonna be submitting the rubric in a few seconds, okay? Questions from anybody? No? Okay. Come on, guys, cheer up, we're beginning. Have a nice weekend. See you on Monday.
Thank you, teacher. You too.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks, teacher.
You're welcome, guys.